for tuning in to Let's Talk About It Media 21. I hope you're having a great day. Stay positive, stay focused. Let's get to it. What is the hot topic that's going on YouTube or Instagram? Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All comments are alleged, in our opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. Don't forget, the Cash App is Let's Talk About It Media. Thank you for all your love and support. So don't forget to like, to comment, but be kind, and also turn on the notification bell. If you don't want to leave a comment, that's fine. You could always leave a thumbs up, a heart, a rose. Any positive interaction really helps the page. Like, sharing is free. So let's get to it. Let's talk Monique speaking about Tiffany Haddish in regards to her having a husband to support her. The only people I hear that's mad that Monique has her husband helping are somewhat the people that's not in relationships with somebody that's strong, that's got your back, that loves and supports you. When I listen to the people that are mad that Monique has her husband helping her, are a lot of single individuals that don't know what love and support is. What is wrong with her husband being her manager? Who are we to tell us who her manager should be when there's people that's out there taking money, getting money, and you got to split your check with somebody that's not in your household? That's not even making no sense. There is nothing wrong with her having somebody that has her back, that supports her. That's the problem with the world today. Not having someone love and support. We got Oprah going on the carpet. We hardly see Stedman. We got Gail in a relationship. She borrowing money to a guy. Why is he borrowing money from Gail? You got women on the YouTube bloggers. Why is her man always speaking up? Why is her man always in the meeting? He's her manager. Look at what Taraji P. Henson is going through, where she has to pay out so much money to people that's not her family. Open up. This is the weird thing. People will support one person, not support another. It's not okay for Nene to get blacklisted, but it's okay for Monique to get blacklisted. It's not okay for Taraji P. Henson to get blacklisted, but it's okay for Monique to get blacklisted. Pick a side. None of our women, if you support them, you should support them all. There's nothing wrong with a woman sticking up for herself. And if everybody thinks they can get away with using you, shading you, not paying you what you're worth, that's a problem. Let you be in those people's shoes. Just like she said, with the Kings of Comedy, Queens of Comedy, they gave all them men limos. And then they were trying to give the women one limo to share. We know what it is. Most of you women deal with being mistreated almost every month from people in your community. Sometimes you could be in a situation and people don't want the black person to go first. A person would make it seem like they should be in line before that black person. Oh no, baby, I'll speak up. Try me once, try me twice, try me 3 times. I'm telling you. And I'm going to make you look bad because I know you saw that. Stop making these women pin against each other, and stop making it seem like a man shouldn't support his wife. People sound crazy. How much should she have to endure? That's ridiculous to me. And if it keeps happening, there's something wrong where you think you can get away with it. It took Monique speaking up. Now it's happening to Taraji P. Henson. Not everybody can be wrong. Let's get to this clip.
Oh, Tiffany Haddish did an interview with GQ magazine, and this, in my humble opinion, is where we keep throwing each other under the bus. You're doing an interview with GQ magazine, and I'm assuming the journalist was a white person, and the conversation turned to Monique. And she said, well, I don't do business like Monique do business, and I'm glad I don't have that husband of hers.
But she don't know your husband.
And when I saw that, it's like, Tiffany, if you had a husband like mine, you may not have 2 DUIs.
Hello.
If you had a husband like mine, you may not be caught up in what looks like you could have been grooming a child.
Hello.
And
Hello.
I say all of that with no judgment. But when you speak, our beautiful sister Tiffany Haddish did an interview with GQ magazine.
And I'm glad she spoke up. I'm getting this from Hollywood Talk, Hollywood Unlocked. But this is the biggest thing. Tiffany's trying so hard to make that go away. Tiffany's rich. Why aren't you catching an Uber or a Lyft? Why don't you have a driver? Some of these people, what? Wasn't it a football player's father that got caught up? Your son's rich. Why aren't you catching an Uber or Lyft? That's ridiculous.
Having a husband like mine, you open up the door. And I'm saying to you, if you had one like mine, you may not sit in these positions that you can't explain the next day.
Right.
It was a hard way to go. So once again...
Well, she doesn't even have a husband.
Hello.
Let alone like yours.
Well, damn it now. You said it.
Hello.
I sipped on that, Shannon. That was a sip. That required a sip about having a husband like mine. You open up the door. And I'm saying...
And she's trying to figure stuff
about
out.
Having a husband.
And who was the last person she dated? Tiffany Haddish dated Common. And Common is known for shucking and jiving, and he wants to be with some of the most famous people in the industry that can help his career get boosted. Let's continue. Okay, so now we have the DL Hughley situation. And we get the DL's mad in regards to his relationship with Monique. It's continued for years. The disrespect from both of them, the situationship from both of them, the comments from both of them, going on his show, and the producers, try to shade her and trying to make an assumption. So it's continued. But at what point is a man supposed to be loving and kind to a woman in the industry? It's happening in our face again. Now, I don't agree with DL, and I don't agree with Monique. So let's get to the video.
Shay is getting messier and messier. It's almost like Wendy Williams didn't go anywhere. She just got a weight set. So Monique was on. Every time I see Monique these days, she's on doing some greasy ass video with her and her daddy complaining about something or working out. I don't know nobody that work out that much and gain weight unless every crunch you do has got Captain in front of it. But apparently she goes on Club Shay Shay and tells the story about how she came on my radio show and I wasn't there at the time. And my co-host Jasmine Sanders played a game that we played all the time with everybody called Would You Rather. She apparently was so offended by that she said she got off. She called me. Monique did, and she said I was very dismissive, like, Monique's a liar. When Monique did call me, I heard her complaints, I listened to her, and I pulled the segment. So if I had been as dismissive as she alleges I was, that segment would have aired. It didn't, because I respected her wishes. She's a liar. Well, Club Shay Shay is getting messed.
The industry, they keep going at it. They don't respect each other. If everybody would look out for it, and that's what Ty Brooks was talking about. We are so divided, and they love seeing our division. They love it. They love it. They love seeing our division, and it's sad. At what point?
It also befuddles the shit out of me how somebody who has a comedian talks as much shit about everybody else as she does. She has the temerity to be offended about anything as much shit as you say about people. Then she encouraged everybody, allegedly it stems from the fact that I used to always talk shit about her on video after video, and she encouraged her sweet babies to look at the video and find them. Do that. Do exactly what she says. And you know what you're not going to find? You're not going to find any evidence of that, because Monique is a fucking liar. She's lying about that. But what you will find is Monique talking shit about some alleged contract dispute we had. Look at the ticket. It says D.L. Hughley, then Monique. She knows the story. But what she did in response to that, she talked about my dog, my wife.
Now, I can't play that part when he talks about the daughter. Families, protect your children. We keep hearing story after story after story that there are people that are trying to put hands on children. Sick people. You got to protect your kids. If the child ain't with you, it needs to be with the mother. It can't be around people that's not blood. Even sometimes the people that's blood is sick. It's sick. It is sick. So D.L. Hughley and Monique has gone back and forth for years, and it's sad. This is the worst. What she has going on with Oprah is bad, but what she has going on with D.L. Hughley is horrible. I don't agree with it. The Tyler Perry, the Oprah thing, they need to make it right. They've cost her money. They cost her movie roles.
Line. And it only stopped when everybody from my family checked her. It's interesting. You know what else you won't see Monique doing? You won't ever see her with her family, videos with her children or grandchildren, because nobody fucks with me. How do you have sweet babies when your own babies don't fuck with you? How do you love us for real when there's no evidence of anybody loving you for real, except your daddy, who you apparently have to pay? And FYI, daughters are paid for by daddies, not daddies who get paid by their daughters. You know what else you won't see Monique doing? Telling jokes. Monique, if she'd have spent as much time actually writing jokes and writing her Netflix special as she did complaining about not having one, it wouldn't have been trash. It got the worst reviews of any Netflix special in history, because that's what Monique does. She complains and she has grievances. You never see her being a human being. You never see her being sweet and warm to people. She was lying. And it only stopped when everybody from my family checked her. It's interesting.
It's sad that it continues. At what point? She's had a concern with Oprah in regards to the fair treatment. If she did her job in regards to that movie, and then you were expecting me to do more travel but not pay me, that's concerning. That's concerning. The Steve Harvey thing, the Tyler Perry and the conversation. And Club Shay Shay heard the tape. Let's go to the next clip. That was the only clip. So well wishes. We get why Monique spoke up. We get how she feels about the people in the industry. And maybe it is time for her to figure out something else to do. If these young people can go out and get it, she can too. Maybe it's time to do a shift. Not to look too. This is one thing I will say. You ain't gonna get me to beg nobody for nothing. That's why I do a lot of videos and things myself. For collabing, then people get all up in your business and you got to collab and okay, let's do Tuesdays at 7. Okay, let's do Tuesdays at 8. Let's do Tuesdays at 9. Then things start happening. Things start changing. Got a lot of great friends, a lot of great, people behind the scenes, but sometimes people just don't work together because they're problematic. Sometimes people love to shade other people to make themselves look better. Well wishes to Monique. Get out of the industry. Get away from people that's toxic. Because at some point, it won't get better. The concerns will continue. But Oprah did with her family, saying, I'm going to talk with the brother that did XYZ. And not only did she have the brother, she had the family. And then the streets was calling out her mama. That's concerning. All of it's concerning. I would get away from the industry. Because it brings you no good. It brings you no peace. Period. You can't keep messing with me and my money year after year after year. I ain't gonna beg you to make things right. I gotta make things right for myself. And I don't agree with people being mad that her husband supports her as the manager. Why pay somebody else to do what he can do to help her career? That sounds ludicrous. Thanks for tuning in.